Bloomberg sources say President Biden's administration will unveil tariffs on Chinese EVs in key strategic sectors as soon as next week. For more on the scoop, let's bring our transport reporter in, Danny Lee. Danny, what I find really interesting about this scoop is obviously the Biden administration had been doing a review of the Section 301 tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. And for a while, people thought that they may be looking to repeal the tariffs. Instead, it sounds like not only will they keep them, but they're going to introduce new ones on new strategic sectors in China.
Yeah, it's amazing what an election year can do when you have to focus in on certain policies. So what we do know is that, yes, US President Joe Biden is about to announce sweeping measures on China tariffs. This is Biden rejecting, for example, an across-the-board hike in tariffs that is being pushed for by his Republican presidential candidate, Donald Trump. So this is Biden setting out his stall here on certain key industries he wants to target. So, for example, electric vehicles, the electric vehicle industry, batteries and solar. These are the key industries which cause a lot of concern for the US, for example, industries which China is very dominant in and could, for example, these products flood the US market, and that is fear kind of seen in Washington, and then compromise on US jobs. And so where you have these industries, these strong industries in the US, where in some of these key swing states, this is Biden trying to respond and set out his stall and show he has some kind of policy to respond to someone like Donald Trump.
Well, I mean, I remember the years, 2017, 2018, every day we'd walk in and there'd be another headline about tariffs, this tit-for-tat tariff war taking place. If these new restrictions actually do go ahead, how is China likely to respond?
Well, we've seen a flavor of China's response because Joe Biden recently announced he would increase tariffs on steel and aluminum from China. And so what we did actually get in a reaction from China was that they were clearly very displeased, they were very angry, but we haven't actually seen any specific response in terms of retaliation. We'll just have to wait and see, and that's the key thing. Wait and see what China does in response to this. Although, for example, China and aluminum imports into the US is still very, very small at the moment. But again, for China, its reaction is all important in this US political year of presidential elections.